So with that, I know Senator Jauch and I would love to listen to you all and try to answer any questions that you may have as best we can.
Yes.
Do you feel that Walker has read the budget? Or is he just being advised?
No, he's read it. I think he's directed it. He's a very hands-on governor. I think these are decisions that he has made. He seems to be frequently in consultation with 6 or 7 other very conservative governors in this country. Governor Christie in New Jersey, Governor of Michigan, Governor Kasich in Ohio. They seem to be talking all of the time as though they're in a rush to see who can outdo the other to be the most conservative and hard-nosed governor. And that's his style. I've worked with many governors since Pat Lucey. I wasn't in the legislature at the time, but I started working with Pat Lucey as a student. I was helping lobby for a merger of the University of Wisconsin system and the Wisconsin State University system. I find it very interesting that I'm now in the legislature where we're trying to protect the split of the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Governor Walker is the first governor who seems to enjoy confrontation and division. And every one of the other governors worked very hard to empower people, to bring them together, to unite people. He seems to divide people. They sought compromise. He seems to relish conflict. That's not my observation. That is an observation that has been made by quite a few other people. I served with Tommy Thompson when he was the minority leader and as a governor. And I truly enjoyed working with Tommy. We had many disagreements, but I enjoyed working with him because we always found common ground. That is the Wisconsin way. And I've been so discouraged with the legislative environment these days where there is this belief that it is this way or no other way. And finding common ground has always been the way in which Wisconsinites solve problems. Achieving compromise so that everybody is winning is the way in which you do it. Many people have written me and said, get over it. The election was November 3rd. Accept it. I accept the election results. I won. I also accept the reality that other people won. But elections are about winning and losing. Governing is about helping everybody win. And in the governor's conference room, there is a slogan that says, the will of the people is the law of the land. And frankly, in my 28 years, I've always found the legislature creating that commonality so that the will is truly, the will of the people is the law of the land. These days, it is the ideologues who seem to be way too insistent on getting things their way. And we've just got to find a way to get back to reasonableness and moderation. Not left, not right, but center, which is where Wisconsin values are best understood.
Tell me about this, I think it's about $96.8 million Economic Development Corporation. I mean, don't we have mechanisms already in the state that encourages economic development? Is that additional cost to what?
Well, he's putting more money into it for economic development, and I haven't looked at all of the provisions. Here's the problem there are many problems with the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. First of all, it is going to be a private organization that has the ability to spend your tax dollars with very little oversight by legislators or the public. I'm extremely bothered by that. I understand that two things are really clear in that last election: transparency and accountability. And people want decisions to be made in the open so that they can hold those decision makers accountable. When you create an economic development entity that has free rein with taxpayers' dollars, it leaves that system open to corruption, and misappropriation of state and federal funds, and a decline in the public's trust in that. So I'm deeply worried. A lot of those details haven't been flushed out. They're going to be flushed out as we work through the budget in upcoming weeks. But I frankly did not feel as though our other system was completely broken. It could have been fixed, it could have been made more flexible without giving them
It just seems
unregulated
to me,
authority.
again, you know, you're taking from the seniors and the schools, and not only are you giving corporation tax breaks, but now you're creating a whole bureaucracy again with another $100 million that you're taking from that.
Well, there are some good economic development programs that have been very helpful to businesses throughout northern Wisconsin. I helped write the $30 million biomass initiative in which $5 million went to save the Park Falls paper mill, which then helped save the logging industry in northern Wisconsin, which helped save the housing industry in Park Falls. And so we've been able to use a lot of state dollars in a very effective way. That was an earmark, by the way. That money was targeted directly for Park Falls. And I don't know what they'd do under this scenario if I felt as though there was money needed that should go to a business in northern Wisconsin, whether I'd have the authority as a legislator to try to protect that business, or whether we'd all be at the mercy of wherever their priorities are to help. In northern Wisconsin, our tourism industry does need more promotion. He did put a couple of $1 million more in the tourism promotion budget. I think it was a little late, but it's still there. We know that tourism industries may need capital to improve their businesses so that they maintain their facilities in the right way. So that's one way to help the northern Wisconsin economy, because that's the backbone of who we are up here. But small business, the Northwest Regional Planning Commission has a $3 million revolving loan fund that they make available for grocery stores and retail stores and small manufacturers. Provides the kind of really essential capital they need. They don't need $2 million, they need 50 here and 100 there in order to make sure they've got cash flow needs met and they're able to purchase certain supplies. There should have been more money available for those kinds of businesses, to tell you the truth, because that's where you can really help our economy grow.